Hi, welcome to the full guide of how to make a low poly pack. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's start with a nature pack. First, add a cube and delete 7 vertices. Set the geometry to origin and selection to cursor with Shift S. Now let's start to draw a tree with E to extrude vertices. And make the branches turn around the tree by moving them. Then add a skin modifier. Select all the ends of the branches and scale it down with Ctrl A. For the leaves, add a UV sphere and set the subdivision to 1. Now, do similar than me to make a good leaf shape. Select the bottom of the trunk and scale it up a little bit. Add a cylinder, and make it 8 vertices. Scale up the bottom with S and extrude the top with E. Now, add a cylinder with 12 vertices and scale it up on X and Y axis with S-Shift-Z. Then select the bottom face and press I to invert it and extrude it down with E. Make the shape randomly by moving the edges in Z-axis. Now you can add a loop cut with Ctrl R and press V and G to cut some leaves, then fill the faces with F. You can add some details by pressing Ctrl B and V on a vertex on a cut leaf. Then press Ctrl B on an edge to bevel it. Now press Shift D plus Z to duplicate it on the Z axis and rotate it a little bit. You can scale it with S Shift plus Z to add a length effect. Continue the same thing with the other leaves. At the end, extrude up and scale it down the top to make it look like a real pine top. Now, select all the leaves and press Ctrl J to join them. In edit mode, press O and select the top of the pine tree, then rotate it a little bit to create a wind effect. First, add a cylinder with 12 vertices. Scale it on the X and Y axis with S-Shift-Z. Select the top face, invert and extrude it. Do the same thing for the other top part and scale it up. Press E then S to extrude the face to make the grass part. Press Ctrl B to bevel the top face and scale up the middle face. Select some edges and randomize it like me. Do the same thing with the bottom rocks part. First, add a UV sphere and set subdivision to 1. Scale it on the Z-axis. You can bevel some vertices with Ctrl B plus V and move them a little bit. Then try to make it look like a real rock. First, add a cylinder and set 3 vertices. Scale the top's faces and scale them a little bit to make it look like real grass. Press Shift D to duplicate it, then move scale and rotate it a little bit. Copy all and do the same thing, but with 2 cylinders. First, add a plane and scale it on the Y-axis. Then add 8 loop cut with Ctrl R, move the end of the vertex on the X-axis. Select the middle of the edge, press O, and move it up a little bit like me. Shade it auto smooth with right click. Add a solidify modifier, then add some thickness. Apply the modifier. Press Shift D R Z plus 45 and press Shift R to repeat it. Now for the flower, press Shift S and cursor to select it, then add a UV sphere. Now, shade it smooth and scale it down. And scale all the leaves on the Z-axis. First, add the color palette in the description in the UV editor. Go in Material Preview with Z. Now, add a new material and set the base color to image texture, then put the color palette on it. Go in Edit mode and press U, and click on Project from View. Then place your model on the color of your choice. Now add the material to all the other object, then do the same thing to do the texture. You can select all the other two, then click on the object with material, press Ctrl+L and link material. Now, you can add the texture to all the other objects. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.